Hello, you're with the Breaker Leggers, and we are here at the Birmingham Repertory Theatre.
In the studio space to see the new devised piece, Love.
So stick around to find out how many legs we're going to give this piece.
Whether it's going to be break a leg or leg it. Love is a new play. It's by Alexander Zeldin, and it's just here to the Birmingham Repertory Theatre.
It was a collaboration between the Birmingham Rep and also the National Theatre. It opened in December in the Dorfman space of the National Theatre, and now it's transferred here to the Studio Theatre at the Birmingham Rep, which is where we are.
It is, and it's a great opportunity for people at either end of the country, well, either in the Midlands or down south, to get an opportunity to see it. You know, it's not so easy for everyone to get into London, so if you're somewhere near the Midlands, then you could head to the Birmingham Rep and see this one.
We've seen some good stuff at the Dorfman space last year. We saw The Flick. We also saw Cleansed. We didn't catch this one while it was in London, so we're interested to see exactly what Love is all about, because to be honest, I don't know anything about it at all yet. Have you heard anything?
Well, that's a deep question, is it? What is love all about? Maybe we'll find out. We've kind of got high expectations for this. We've seen some really interesting things at the Rep over the past kind of 6 months or so. So it'd be interesting to see if they keep up the quality. We're in the studio space here at the Rep. The Rep has a few different spaces, from a large main house right down to a tiny little space called the Door.
Very small.
Very small, very intimate. And this one's kind of in between. But yeah, it's nice to be seeing something new.
So we have come to the end of Love at the studio space at the Birmingham Rep. How did you find that?
Yeah, really affecting, I suppose, is the main word I would use to describe it. A very interesting piece, a bit of a slow burner. The piece itself is about homelessness. It's about the state of the UK right now, really, and the fact that we're dealing with really high levels of homelessness at an all-time high for varying different reasons. People have found themselves in these homeless situations in this piece due to maybe being refugees, maybe just having some really string of bad luck. And there's a saying that everyone is only, 3 pay slips away from being homeless themselves.
It's extremely naturalistic. There was so much more in what wasn't said than what was said. So in that regard, the writing is beautifully played out. The relationships between the characters, of which I think there's only 7 or 8, including all through the ages, from 2 young children, there's a family who live in this environment, right up into a son who has an elderly mother that he's caring for. And as well as the kind of homeless theme, it also touched into kind of the aging generation theme and having to care for not only older parents and the kind of burden and responsibility of that, but also parents who have younger children who find themselves in a situation where even that is challenged. So the themes of the piece are really well played out. Looking around the audience at times, I saw people who are very young being touched by the piece who are in tears, which is really quite surprising that it would have that effect when really nothing is being said. And although it's beautifully naturalistic, they also break the fourth wall and they come out into the audience. So you're also dragged into this experience and kind of the turmoil and the pressures that they're under.
Emotionally, as Nathan touched upon, absolutely kind of shatteringly devastating, but in a very subtle way. I think it draws upon a lot of fears, fear of other people's situations, fear of different people's opinions, fear of being better or worse than other people, but then fear of those those situations happening to you, and how easy that could be to slip into such dire circumstances.
The child actors in this piece were phenomenal, like better than some of the adult performances I've seen through the year. Like they were incredibly good.
Yeah, absolutely, kind of annoyingly good. You know, you were thinking, good. For children, you were thinking, oh, be worse, you know.
For a naturalistic piece as well, that's hard to get.
Big ask for an adult actor, never mind a young child, as there were 2 in this, but they really rose to the challenge. I would say standout performances, definitely the part of Barbara, played by Calder-Marshall, the older lady, elderly, with many issues, but totally kind of intimate, very underplayed performance, but with a huge amount of emotional connection to herself as her part as playing Barbara, but conveying that to us as an audience member. She has a lot of skill.
Her son as well, the character's called Colin, who is played by Nick Holder, was absolutely fantastic as well. There's a beautiful scene where we're just watching him washing his mother's hair in a sink, kind of pulled into this intimacy and this love that they share. And you see how the roles have been reversed, that it's the son, this middle-aged son, who's having to care for his mother, and just really pulls at the heartstrings.
He was so emotionally wrapped up in his performance, even at the curtain call, you could tell what an emotional strain it was for the actor. You know, you kind of envy them being so lucky to play these roles, but also kind of pity them. They have to put themselves through such turmoil every single night. What theatre can be and the power that theatre has is really demonstrated so well in this piece. I would definitely recommend it to people that come along that, you know, if you want to experience how art can transform, how art can make you think about how you treat other people, how art can make you think about how you live your life. If you want to see a piece that will change your opinion, that will make you want to be a better person, then this piece is it.
So, with all that in mind, how many legs, I hear you ask?
Well, for Love, playing here at the Birmingham Rep currently, we would like to give 5 legs for Love here at the Birmingham Rep. Definitely head down and catch it. You've got to see this piece.
It was definitely worth the standing ovation that it received at the end. It's a studio space, so it's a smaller house. In fact, the audience wasn't even that big. I'd say it was probably half full, and yet everybody was on their feet. So that is a true testament to how good this piece is and how immersed everyone was.
We've seen it quite early in the run here at Birmingham, and I imagine when the reviews hit the paper and word of mouth starts getting out, it will start getting bigger audiences, and one of those audience members should definitely be you.
So grab yourself a ticket and come support, if you're in the Midlands, the Birmingham Repertory Theatre, studio space, Love.
We're the Breaker-Leggers. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and we will catch you again soon. We're in London very soon, seeing Hedda Gabler at the National Theatre and Sex with Strangers at the Hampstead, so we'll catch you there.
Bye.